Hello everyone, I'm Nidhi Sekhon. I teach art and write books on art theory. Today we shall be doing the MCQs of Mughal school, and I have also included a few questions on assertion and reasoning. So let's begin. First question: which Persian artist is known as Raphael of the East? Persia is the old name of modern day Iran. Raphael is a great artist from Italian Renaissance. A. Akka Riza and D. Abul Hassan belong to Jahangir's court. C. Miskin worked under Akbar. B. Behzad is the artist who was known as Raphael of the East, so B is our correct answer. Second question: name the painting made by Fakirullah Khan from the Mughal school. This is easy, this is directly from the table. B. Kabir and Raidas was the painting made by Fakirullah Khan, so B is our correct answer. Next question: Babur's detailed accounts in Dash, his autobiography, are narratives of the emperor's political career and artistic passion. A. Hamza Nama is a story of Prophet Muhammad's uncle. C. Razm Nama is the Persian translation of Indian Mahabharat. D. Shahnama was not part of Mughal school. B. Babar Nama is the correct answer. This is the name of Babur's autobiography. Next question is on match the tables. Table 1 has names of the paintings and table 2 has names of the artists. First, Kabir and Raidas is a painting by Ustad Fakirullah Khan. 2. Krishna lifting Mount Govardhan is a painting by Miskin. Then third, Marriage Procession of Tara Shikoh is a painting done by Haji Madni. And 4, Falcon on a Bird Rest has been painted by Ustad Mansoor. So second, that is 1B, 2D, 3A and 4C is our correct answer. Match the tables again. First painting, Kabir and Raidas, shows a saint weaving cloth. Saint Kabir was a weaver, that is Julaha in Hindi, and he is shown weaving cloth. Then second, Krishna lifting Mount Govardhan is a miraculous feat in which Krishna has been shown lifting a big mountain on his little finger. Then third, Marriage Procession of Tara Shikoh. In this painting we see green nimbus or halo around Shah Jahan's head. And fourth, Falcon on a Bird Rest. In this painting there are words written in Hindi, that is Devanagari Lipi, in which words are written like Uttam, Bahri, etc. So our answer is fourth, that is 1C, 2A, 3D and 4B. Moving on, Mughal art exhibits religious equality. Which of the following painting justifies the comment? Mughals followed Islamic religion but supported other religions as well. King Akbar especially was a great diplomat. He even ordered translations of Hindu texts into Persian. B. Birth of Salim is a painting on Jahangir's birth. Then C. Falcon on a Bird Rest is a bird painting. D. Radha is from Rajasthani school. A. Krishna lifting Mount Govardhan is our correct answer because this is a painting done on Hindu theme during Akbar's reign. Next question: who invited two Persian artists Mir Sayyid Ali and Khwaja Abdus Samad to establish a studio in his court? Humayun spent 13 years in exile in Persia, that is Iran, after losing a battle against Sher Shah Suri. There he came across Persian art and he was very much impressed with Behzad's work. From there he invited Mir Sayyid Ali and Khwaja Abdus Samad, who were from Behzad's lineage, and he invited them to establish a studio in his court. So D. Humayun is the correct answer. Next question: name the ruler who continued work on Hamza Nama after his father's death. Hamza Nama is a book on paintings and stories on Hamza, the uncle of Prophet Muhammad. After Humayun's death, Akbar continued the work on Hamza Nama. So B. Akbar is the correct answer. Which Mughal painting from your syllabus has an ornamental border with flower and foliage design? Now for this you need to recall all the paintings. Now look at this image. This is the painting of Marriage Procession of Tara Shikoh. Look at the border around it. There is a beautiful ornamental border of flower and foliage design. So our correct answer is D. Marriage Procession of Tara Shikoh. Match the tables again. First, Padshah Nama is the biography of Shah Jahan, and this was done during Shah Jahan period. Second, black and white colors. Black color was obtained from charcoal and white color was derived from grinding different shells. Then third, Hari wearing long white garland. Hari is another name for Lord Krishna, and in painting Krishna lifting Mount Govardhan, Lord Krishna is wearing white garland. Then 4, Miskin. He was the master painter under Akbar. So our answer is 4th, 1D, 2B, 3C and 4A. Next question. The Persian translation and illustrated version of the Hindu epic Dash was known as Razamnama. This we've done earlier also. Razamnama is the Persian translation of Indian Mahabharata. So A is the correct answer. Now identify the painting from the writing clip or statement given below. Mughal artists had achieved mastery in creating crowded compositions. Now where do we see crowd? B. Kabir and Raidas is a painting on 2 people. Then C. Falcon on a bird rest is a bird painting. D. Jahangir's dream has also 2 people, that is one Jahangir and the second ruler from Iran. Now A. Krishna lifting Mount Govardhan is the correct answer here, because in this painting we see a huge mountain and Lord Krishna standing under it and a lot of villagers who are taking refuge from the rain. So A is the correct answer. Another similar question, identify the painting from the writing clip given below. There is a divine expression of peace and contentment on their faces in a humble setting. Peace and contentment yani Shanti or Santosh. Humble setting means something which is not luxurious, which is very simple. Now where do we see this? In the painting Kabir and Raidas, the saints are looking very peaceful, very content, and the background is very humble. You don't see any palaces, you see a small hut, and colors are also very light and very subtle. So B is our correct answer. One more similar question. Marvelous depiction of various types of fireworks can be seen illuminating the background. Now where do we see fireworks that are illuminating the background? Illuminating matlab पीछे रोशन कर रहे हैं. In the painting of marriage procession of Tara Shikoh, there are fireworks in the background and people are taking a barat, taking a marriage procession. So D is our correct answer. Now we come to questions on new pattern that you saw in the CBSE sample paper. That were assertion and reasoning. Now what is assertion? Assertion is a statement which states a fact, something that is truth. And reason is something that explains that assertion. So we need to now relate the statements, analyze the statements and then find the right answer. A. Assertion. Mughal paintings were made on handmade paper which was prepared specially for this purpose. This assertion is absolutely correct. Mughal paintings were done on handmade paper and paper was specially made for making miniatures. Then R says the paintings selected by the rulers were framed and hung on the walls of the palaces in different Mughal capitals. This is absolutely incorrect. The paintings selected by rulers were put in the albums and they were not hung on the walls because these were miniatures. They were supposed to have a lot of details and people were supposed to see them, keeping them in hands in the albums. So it is easy for us now. Third one, that is A is true but R is false, is our correct answer. Next question, assertion statement. The Persian artist Behzad was invited by Babur to establish a studio in his court and carry out royal paintings. Now you look at the historical fact. Babur did not invite Behzad. Humayun was the one who went to exile. He stayed in Persia. He was the one who came across Behzad's painting and he brought 2 people from Behzad's lineage, that is Mir Sayyid Ali and Khwaja Abdus Samad. So Behzad never came to Mughal court. Now B. Among the artists who are mentioned in Babur's chronicles is Behzad. Chronicles means the documents that record. This is right. Babur has mentioned Behzad's work. He was very fond of his work and his name comes in Babur's chronicles. So the correct answer is 4th, that is A is false but R is true. Moving on, assertion statement says portraiture improved during Jahangir's time as artists painted full-length portraits with flat backgrounds. Reason statement says earlier portraits were made standing or seated in front of the building or inside. Now for this you need to see a series of portraits and you can read this even in the characteristic features of Mughal miniatures. In Mughal miniatures, the portraiture was also very decorated. They would put architecture, they would put designs behind people and flat backgrounds were generally not flat. But when European influence came in, during Jahangir's time, they started making portraits with flat backgrounds. So this reason is absolutely true for the assertion. So answer 1, that is both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A is our right answer. Assertion statement says the artworks produced during the Mughal period were collaborative efforts of the team of artists. Yes, this is absolutely right. A team of artists used to work on one miniature, that is, the master painter would plan the composition, he would do the drawings, then some people would do coloring, some people would do the faces. So everything was done by a team of artists. Now, reason states the work was divided in the family, including women who helped with the grinding of colors. We don't see any mention of women in Mughal miniatures. This we generally see in Indian folk art, where work is divided in the family, where women are also involved in grinding of colors. But this statement is not true for Mughal miniatures. So answer 3, that is A, is true but R is false, is our right answer. Further on, A assertion, Jahangir gave the title Nadir ul Asar, that is Wonder of the Age, to Ustad Mansoor. This is absolutely right. Jahangir gave this title to Ustad Mansoor. In fact, Mughal rulers used to acknowledge good work by giving titles. Now R says Jahangir had a fine collection of exotic birds and animals and he got them painted. Yes, Jahangir was very fond of collecting birds and he used to get different paintings also done. For foreign birds also, you can see the collection. There are even extinct birds like dodo which are painted in Mughal miniatures. Now, A and R are not related to each other. Both are talking about Jahangir, but R is not connected to A. So, second one, which is both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A, is our correct answer. Now next, assertion statement says Mughal artists employed the rules of scientific perspective from the very beginning, just like European art. This is not true for Mughal art. Mughal art developed in scientific perspective much later after the European influence. Before that, they did not care much about perspective in their paintings. But reason statement now says rich colors, mastery in line and sensitive portrayal of nature is an achievement of Mughal art and its artists. This is right. They used very rich colors, they brought very good colors, and their miniatures are very bright and very refined as compared to other miniatures. They had mastery in line, their line is very beautiful, it is very thin, it is very rhythmic. Sensitive portrayal of nature, yes, you see a lot of flora and fauna, they had mastery in all these things. But now assertion statement is wrong. So 4, that is A is false but R is true, is our correct answer. Now let's do one assertion reasoning questions based upon a painting. Refer to the painting Krishna lifting Mount Govardhan. In fact, like this you can make your own questions on different paintings. A assertion says Krishna standing in a relaxed posture gets centrality in the composition. Yes, this is right. You can see the image. Even if the image is not there in the paper, you can imagine the image. Krishna has got centrality because the background is absolutely plain. Now, R says bright yellow of his dress along with the white of the garland are in contrast with the background. Yes, blue and yellow, they are contrasting with each other. Krishna is standing out because he is wearing a long garland. His yellow is shining in the black in this dark background. So, first one, that is both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A, is our correct answer. We can also practice true or false questions based upon paintings. Now refer to the painting Krishna lifting Mount Govardhan and mark true or false. First question, all faces are different. The anxiety is visible on their faces. Yes, the villagers have been painted. Every portraiture, every face has been done differently, and you can see anxiety because the event was such. There was flood all around, so anxiety is visible on their faces. The answer is true. Second one, mostly figures are Ded Chashma, that is 1.5 eye. This is true. In fact, when you see the painting, you find it easy, but if you don't actually see the image, it is difficult for you to recall. So, go for the details when you read all the paintings. Now third, Krishna's face is shown in Ded Chashma. This is false because it's his side pose. He is the one who is shown in Ek Chashma. So, the answer is false. Now fourth, there are all kinds of wild animals in the lower part of the painting taking shelter under the mountain. Now wild animals can be seen on the mountain, but under the mountain there are all cows and domestic animals. So answer is again false. Fifth one, the rocks have Persian influence. This is true. These kinds of rocks came into Indian miniatures from Persian miniatures. So the answer is true. A lot of MCQs can be made like this, but remember it is art history. Whatever historical fact that you think is related to art history, try and make questions out of those statements. Now, I am including a few bullets that you should remember which will further help you in your exam. First is the chronology, that is who came after whom. Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb. I have always remembered ever since my college time as Bhadsa. I tell this to my students also. So Bhadsa, that is Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. In fact, the curve also goes like this. With Babur and Humayun, art started. Akbar and Jahangir took it to the top and there was decline with Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. Now the bullets. Babur established a tradition of keeping memoirs, a practice that was followed by his successors in India. It started with Baburnama, then Tuzuke Jahangiri, Padshahnama. All these were their memoirs and this was started by the first ruler of Mughal Empire, that was Babur. Now information on Hamzanama. Hamzanama is an illustrated account of the heroic deeds of Hamza, the uncle of Prophet Muhammad, which consists of 14 volumes with 1400 illustrations and took nearly 15 years to complete. It was completed under the supervision of two Persian masters, which we have already read, Mir Sayyid Ali and Abdus Samad. Now Razamnama, the Persian translation and illustrated version of the Hindu epic Mahabharat was known as Razamnama. This was completed in 1589 under the supervision of master artist Daswant. This manuscript had decorative calligraphy and it contained 169 paintings. Another important point, Madonna and Child, made in 1580, is a painting done on a Christian theme in Mughal school. Then next, which was the text that records the memoirs of Jahangir? The name is Tuzuke Jahangiri. It also tells us about his interest in arts and his efforts of achieving scientific correctness in rendering, that is making of flora and fauna. Now a few local terms, or you can say Urdu terms, which find a mention in Mughal miniatures. First is Murakkas. Murakkas are the individual paintings mounted in albums that became popular under Jahangir. Then the stages of process which was followed in making of miniatures. Making of composition was known as tar. Then portraits were called Jiharnama and final stage of coloring was called as Rangamizi. That's it for now. MCQ booklets for classes 10th and 12th are both available now. These are the videos which I have already made in Hindi and English. Their links are also given in description. Please share and subscribe to my channel and don't forget to leave a feedback or query in the comments. So thank you very much. Best wishes to you and goodbye.